So what do you see yourself in 20 years from now?
My 10-year goal is to build a school like Hogwarts, upstate New York,
Nice.
that'll allow allow people who are or kids who are kind of growing up in a similar way as I did, which was very, very much rebellious, very much want to get a head start early on, and very much art driven or design driven.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give them an ecosystem where they can actually flourish, they can work on ideas, they can get their education that they need. I would pay for that, and as soon as they come up with anything that is considered IP or something that could turn into a startup, I would be the first check, and I'll allow them to get off to the races with obviously the consent of their parents, and allow them to start building companies. And even if they fail, it'll be a lot more educational, and the experience itself will go further, further than anything they could do, just going to classes. So that's my 10-year goal. 20, 30-year goal, probably somewhere around, something to do with space. I'm very fascinated by, I think what happened in what are known as the 49ers, the huge, massive gold rush to California. It kind of explains why California, Silicon Valley became the hotbed of people who really took risks and set the foundation for, the entire ecosystem for tech and innovation and things of that nature. And that's because people just took a leap of faith, took the risk, and they just ventured out there and started doing whatever they had to make ends meet. Now, the people who became successful weren't the ones who were looking for gold. It was the ones who were selling the picks and the axes and the shovels and all of that stuff, as commodities to all the people who were rushing in. But that was entrepreneurship 101 back then. I think the same thing is going to happen on the moon. I think the same thing is going to happen across our solar system, because it's just too expensive to take resources from Earth and ship them to orbit. We have to find resources in orbit or on other planets with no atmosphere, or very little atmosphere, in order to make anything viable as at least a solar system flourishing civilization.